Hello and welcome to the in-news series of Drishti IAS. I am Pooja Dwivedi, and in this segment we are going to talk about the phase 3 clinical trials of Covaxin, and accordingly we will talk about the comparison between Covishield and Covaxin and many other facets of it. So let's begin with the topics of discussion that we are going to look at. First of all, we will talk about the news. Then we will talk about vaccination drive of India. We will also compare Covishield and Covaxin because many of you must be having this doubt in mind that Covishield is better than Covaxin, and then likewise for Covaxin that Covaxin is better than Covishield. So we will discuss that also. Then we will discuss about adverse event following immunization report as well. We will also talk about the challenges, the way forward, and in the last of the segment I am going to ask you a mains based question for answer writing practice. So let's begin with why is it in the news. Now earlier today, Covaxin has confirmed that it has completed the phase 3 clinical trial of Covaxin, and what it has shown remarkable impacts on the symptomatic cases of COVID-19. Approximately 78%, that is 77.8% of effectiveness it has shown. Because phase 3 clinical trials, this was a contentious issue since a very long period of time, and that is why this is a big achievement for Covaxin. And here you can see Bharat Biotech concludes final analysis for Covaxin and claims 65.2% efficacy against Delta variant, the same variant which was responsible for the second wave of the COVID-19 in India. And WHO has also said that it is a threat and it has spread to approximately 100 countries now. So let's move on and talk about it step by step. As you can see along with this picture, we will talk about the data, right? So results from final analysis phase 3 study, Covaxin with unparalleled safety and also well tolerated with minimal adverse events post immunization. So the first one says that largest efficacy trial in India, the span or the bracket of the age group was 18 to 98 years, and also if we talk about against mild, moderate and severe COVID-19 infections, it has shown approximately 78% of efficacy. Also, if we talk about what it does to reduce hospitalization, because that is the problem with COVID-19 in the second wave of India. Getting infected is not a problem. Okay, it's a common flu. You can get infected like a common flu spreads across, but people started to die. People started getting hospitalized. We saw such grim pictures from the US in the first COVID wave, and in the second COVID wave, it was the same for India. People did not get hospital beds, hospital oxygen beds. They did not receive a proper place for funerals as well. So that is the problem, that people started to die because Delta variant, it went into the immune system through the deep pockets. It upgraded itself because it was replicating so fast. So it has shown 93% efficacy against hospitalization. That's great news. Also, against asymptomatic, that means people who did not show any sort of symptoms, it showed the efficacy of 63%. And Delta variant B16172. Delta variant is the main culprit for the extreme problems that is it caused. So that is the problem that we are looking at. We need to reduce hospitalization, and more than that, we have to reduce deaths. Moving on, let's look at this article. Vaccine drive is a marathon, not a 100-meter sprint, that is said by the central government. That means not only vaccination is important, but the government is constantly interpreting data that it is getting generated day by day. The first and foremost plan is to increase the production, and second, more production, right? And second thing that it is striving to achieve is that it reaches the most remote areas of India. Why? Because we need to get vaccines to as many people as possible. We should not give the virus the amount of time it needs to replicate, because the more and more the variants will come, the more challenging it will be for the vaccines to be effective. That is the thing. Increase the production and reach as many people as possible, because no one is safe. None of us are safe until and unless all of us are safe. Moving on, let's talk about vaccination drive of India. Now, vaccination for India, and do you think that vaccination for India is going to be a huge problem? No, I don't think so. We can do it if we increase the production and make sure that the proper centers are available in the most remotest part, and proper doses for first and second dose. Everything, if it is available in time, India can achieve it. India has a very positive background in vaccination. We will look at the different points of it. At present, 80 to 90% of the world's whole measles vaccine is provided by India. India supplies all the rubella vaccines to South America. The indigenous developed meningococcal vaccine of India is supplied to the entire sub-Saharan Africa. The indigenous rotavirus vaccine is going to 16 countries in the world. Various novel vaccines have been introduced by India, such as world's first subunit rabies vaccine. It has been approved by the Drug Controller General of India. Let's move on and talk about the world's largest vaccination program of India, that is the COVID-19 vaccination. India began this on January the 16th, 2021. The PM of India also said that India is entering a decisive phase of vaccination in the fight against COVID-19 with the approval of then 2 made in India COVID-19 vaccines. So, on an emergency approval basis, 2 vaccines got approval. First was Covaxin and the second was Covishield, and the third being Sputnik. So now it is being said that Moderna is also going to come to India, and many other Johnson & Johnson talks are going on. And we hope that we get proper amount of vaccines. People will have a lot more to choose from. And it has been said that in various places, even cocktail vaccines are being very efficient in curbing the COVID-19 infection. So that is the news. It is India's first ever adult vaccination drive. It could be a pre-based question. Please keep that in mind. Adult vaccination drive, first ever, right? Moving on, the DCGI has granted the emergency use approval for 2 indigenous vaccines. This was the beginning. Covishield by Serum Institute of India and Covaxin by Bharat Biotech. If we talk about Covishield, this is a live vaccine, the live adenovirus vaccine, and it causes mild infection, very mild infection. And Covaxin is inactivated vaccine. We will discuss about that in the next few minutes. So this data has been garnered from Cowin app. So Cowin shows that total vaccination doses are approximately 34 crores now, 33 crore, 95 and so on. And dose 1 is approximately 27 crore and dose 2 is 6 crores. And there are 41,000 sites that are conducting vaccination, and this is the registration. So moving on, let's look at this chart which shows you the vaccination category according to gender and according to age, and the share of Covishield and Covaxin and Sputnik as well. So, and yes, one more thing, this is just for fun. Sputnik is pronounced as Sputnik in English, but Sputnik in Russian. So you can say Sputnik or Sputnik, either of them, it's your choice. So according to this data, male and female are almost equal participants in the vaccination drive. Covishield here has garnered more vaccination compared to Covaxin. Sputnik's data is negligible, and this is the age pie chart which shows you that 45 to 60 years of age and 18 to 44 years of age are almost equal share, and this gives you above 60, the blue graph. Maharashtra stands first in vaccination, second stands Uttar Pradesh, then Gujarat, Rajasthan and Karnataka. Alright, let's move on and compare Covaxin versus Covishield. So, Covaxin versus Covishield. This data is a little old. So, this data was taken in order for you to understand the comparison from then and how the vaccination program evolved. Okay, so Covaxin has been developed by Bharat Biotech with the help of ICMR and National Institute of Virology, Pune, whereas Covishield has been developed by Serum Institute of India. Then vaccine type of Covaxin is inactivated. Inactivated in the sense that large amount of pathogens, they are grown, cultivated and they are killed by chemical or heat. But everything, all the pathogens become inactivated because of that. But not everything is impaired because the antigen of the pathogen, they still remain intact. Why? Because the body has to recognize when Covaxin enters the immune system of a human being. So that is why this will cause very mild illness, very mild severe infections. Okay, so this is inactivated and it can be administered to those who have comorbidities, who have long-term ailments. This could be administered to those. While Covishield is a live vaccine, that means adenovirus here has been used in order to enter the human system, cause natural infection. Natural infection like scenario is produced by the Covishield, and that is why it causes a more long-lasting effect, more long-lasting natural immune system. So this is also a good thing about Covishield. Alright, but people who have comorbidities, they can take it after they have consulted their doctors. Okay, then efficacy we have already discussed, so this doesn't stand a chance to be discussed here. And here of Covishield, it's approximately 70%. Also, storage temperatures are given here, not much of use. Moving on to doses. So earlier the data suggested, because we know that the expert committee has been increasing the amount of days in order for the two doses to have proper gaps between them, right? So dose first of Covaxin was supposed to be given the first dose, after that in 14 days, but now it has increased to approximately 28 days. Why am I saying approximately? Because of course new data will also come and it will come around that only. Also the doses of Covishield, earlier it was like 2 months gap, 3 months gap. Now an effective 16 weeks gap can be more effective from between the first and the second dose. This is according to experts. Also, now this is not very useful for us right now, so we won't discuss it. Okay, let's move forward. Let's talk about this particular piece of news. This did cause a little more hesitancy amongst the Indian community. Why? Because government reviewed the adverse event following immunization report and it confirmed one death which had a direct link with vaccination, and the person who succumbed due to anaphylaxis was a 68-year-old man who was administered the vaccine in the month of March in 2021. So yes, anaphylaxis is an extreme adverse allergic reaction which is very untoward, and the person lost his life. So this piece of news, yes, it's a little concerning because we needed safe vaccines. Even if there were certain adverse effects, those shouldn't cause death. In many places, AstraZeneca has been banned in many European nations. Why? Because it also caused events such as blood clotting, and that increased hospitalization. That is why it was banned there. But if we talk about India, there was a report which was published recently by the government, and we will discuss that also. That is the adverse event following immunization report. This data in India showed that there is very minuscule but definitive risk of thromboembolic events, that is blood clotting. Okay, blood clotting, that means there small knots of blood form in the blood vessels and they can cause blockage, even death, if proper hospitalization or proper blood thinners are not given at the proper time. Also, the reporting rate of these events in India is around 0.61 million per million doses, which is much lower than 4 cases per million reported by UK's regulator, Medical and Health Regulatory Authority. Germany has reported 10 events per million doses. And even in Taiwan also there were certain issues with that, especially for people who were in the age group of 50 to 80, 50 to 90, like that. Also, bleeding and clotting cases following COVID vaccination and drive are minuscule and in line with the expected numbers of diagnosis of these conditions in the country. That means if we compare the pros and the cons, the pros are much higher than the cons. That is why the Indian government right now is interpreting the data every day in order to be very well aware of certain things. So in your community also, in your region, in your city, in your friends circle, you must all talk about if you have faced any sort of adverse event. Even through the CoWIN app, you can report the adverse event for the government to interpret it. Okay. Moving on, let's talk about more significant details of it. Alerts have been raised in some countries on post-vaccination for the same reason, particularly with AstraZeneca Oxford vaccine, that is Covishield in India. The AEFI committee has completed an in-depth case review of 498 serious and severe events, of which 26 cases have been reported to be potential thromboembolic, that is formation of a clot in blood vessel, that event following the administration of Covishield vaccine with a reporting rate of 0.61 cases per million doses. And there were no potential thromboembolic events reported following the administration of Covaxin vaccine. And here is the news piece that is showing that major European nations suspend use of AstraZeneca vaccine. Now, more studies need to be conducted here. What is the relation between deaths and vaccination? And especially in European countries, especially in certain other countries, even in Australia, people are cancelling their vaccination, the second dose of vaccination appointment, because they are so worried about their life if they lose it after vaccination. But the government is saying there that if you have not faced any sort of adverse event following the first dose, you can go and with very carefree mind get administered by the second dose. Okay. Moving on, let's talk about the challenges. The biggest challenge is vaccine hesitancy. There has been no adult vaccination program prior this. This is India's first ever adult vaccination program. People are bound to be hesitant for one reason. Second, no vaccine has come up so quickly. Vaccines related to viruses, they take years to form. Suppose if we talk about HIV, no such vaccine in place to prevent HIV or to protect from HIV. So this may be the second reason, because viruses, they are very secretive in nature. They can be latent in a human body and show symptoms after a very long period of time after the person actually got infected. So first ever adult vaccination program. Second is because virus vaccines take a long time to develop, and it has come so fast after 2019, only in 2021, in the span of 2 years it came. And also now, because of the confirmation of death by the government, it can also play a role. And in the international community, AstraZeneca is already not facing very good reviews. Also, there are issues with the CoWIN app, in the sense this increases the digital device. I'm going to tell you one example from my personal experience. When I went to the vaccination center, there were many people who were coming to me and asking me that how to get registered and how to get an appointment through CoWIN app. Because many a times it happens that people don't know that they can now book their appointments at the center. That is also another thing. But when they come to a person for getting help, you can see that there is a divide between the digitally sound and digitally unsound or digitally lacking. So that is the second issue. It increases the digital divide. That is also a critique of it. Then lack of experience, of course, because there are certain problems that are bound to come, because this is the first ever adult vaccination drive. Some mistakes will happen. That is another issue. Vaccine wastage, in the sense that one bottle of vaccine, one tiny bottle of vaccine contains 10 vials, and this needs to be administered within 4 hours of getting opened. So that is another thing. There have been many wastages. Moving on, let's talk about the way forward. First, we need to remove the vaccine hesitancy, especially if you remember, in terms of, I'm going to talk about Covaxin here. When Covaxin was facing a very big criticism that there are no data. There is no data. There are no studies to show if it is effective or not. The Prime Minister of India got administered by Covaxin in order for the world and for India to know that yes, this vaccine is safe. See, I'm getting administered by it. So you can do on your part, what you can do is participate in the terms of Jan Bhagidari. Talk about the efficacy and efficiency of vaccine if you are experiencing it. You can talk to any shop you go. You can talk to the person, have you got vaccinated or not? If you haven't, please do it, because none of us are safe until and unless all of us are safe. So this is Jan Bhagidari. You can talk to your family, talk to your friends, show them that you are feeling you did not have any sort of severe events if you did not. And even if you did, you can talk to them about that as well, that okay, it might have happened with me, but it doesn't mean that it will not happen with you. So that is another thing. Preventing vaccine wastage. Make sure the staff and the hospitals and the centers, they have to make sure that once the bottle is opened, it should be used, the 10 vials should be used within 4 hours. That is because that is only possible if proper appointments, proper organization of appointments take place. Also, continuing the flow of vaccines, in the sense that suppose there is a person A and there is a person B. Person A got his first dose in March, and because of he got his first dose in the month of March, he will get the second dose in the month of, let's say, June. Okay, second dose in June. And the second person, he or she has gotten the first dose in, he wants to get the first dose in June. But what happens? The center says, okay, we have administered the first dose. Let's keep the second dose aside for the person A. What will happen now? B will face a shortage problem of vaccine. This should not happen. That is why it was being said that first is efficacy has been increased because of the larger gap between the first and the second dose. But second, in order to make sure that the flow is continuous, we should not do that. We should put one chunk of vaccination vials aside. So that is another thing that can be done by increasing the production, and of course be continual with the studying process if the efficacy is much more when there is a larger gap between 2 doses. Also, vaccination plus COVID appropriate behavior. Now, sole vaccination and sole COVID appropriate behavior cannot go independently. They have to go in tandem, simultaneously. Okay, I got vaccination, but it doesn't mean that I will stop wearing mask. It doesn't mean that I will stop washing my hands or sanitizing my hands. I will also not stop following the 6 feet physical distancing protocol. So everything should go hand in hand. Why? Because we need not give the virus the time it needs to replicate and new variants to form. Also, tracking the virus. We need continuous genetic sequencing of the virus that is happening in the country right now. And we need to understand, because once we know what are the variations in a virus, we can know what symptoms can it cause, and is it much more severe and much more virulent, transmissible than the first variant or not. So that is also something. And looking after the immunogenicity, constant data production when it comes to finding that what is the immunogenicity of vaccines, how long the antibodies last, because that is very important. Okay, So I hope you understood this, and let's move on to our question. And yes, before the question, I would want to show you this news piece as well, that 2 doses of COVID vaccine provides 98% protection from death. From death, that is said by the government, citing Punjab studies. How? That a total of 42,720 people, police personnel, they received both doses of the vaccine, and only 2 amongst them died, which translate to 0.05 death per 1,000. So I hope you understood the importance of vaccines. Vaccination is an important process, and India can achieve lots and lots from getting its huge population vaccinated in time. In time, this is a key word for us. As individuals, what can we do? We can raise awareness amongst our friends, our family, even wherever we go on a continual basis. We should talk them in a very friendly manner, up to them in a very friendly manner, about the benefits of vaccination and the benefits of getting vaccinated plus following the COVID-19 protocol. Okay, let's move on to our mains-based question, and I hope you'll practice it. Highlight the major challenges that may act as a roadblock to the universalization or even accelerating the rollout of the COVID-19 vaccine in India. So I hope you understood, and I hope you found this segment interesting. That's it for today. Then on Monday, we shall meet again with another segment. Until then, stay updated, and thank you so much for watching.